Good morning, guys. Good morning. What's going on, guys? It is a Monday morning right here in the heart of the Arkansas Delta. It is time to get this morning started, get this week kick-started. Tell me all about your weekend, folks. Tell me what in the world went on. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me how your church was. All of the good things. Tell me everything that is going on. It is good to see you guys again as we get in here and we get this morning started. I am running about 3/4 solo. I'm not going to lie to you. I dropped my phone yesterday morning as we were coming out of the door, as I was locking the door yesterday morning, headed to the church campus. I dropped it and I have broke my screen. And about 1/4 of my screen is nothing but a white light. Now, we were able to get a good live yesterday morning, but all of my buttons, my bells and whistles are gone. I can't see, and so I am absolutely flying blind. I have no idea if you are on here. I have no idea what I'm doing. If you just want to know the truth, Miss Denise and I took a run yesterday down to where did we go, Denise? We went to Wynn, the Verizon store in Wynn, and I've got a brand new phone going to be here tomorrow morning. But man, oh man, as of right now, I am flying slick blind. So if you can see me, say hello. Let me know that you are here, okay? Let me know that you are in here. Let me know you're with us. We want to make sure we wear out that like, love, and care button today. Let's get that dude going. And then I also want to encourage you to share this bad boy as we get in here and get everything going. And hopefully I can get over here and do some things myself and be able to see some of you folks. Because right now I am absolutely in the dark. I am in the dark. In the dark. Hey, speaking of in the dark, folks, y'all, we got some storms coming our way, right? I mean, I was watching the weather radar last night online before I went to bed, and I was like, well, diddly doggone, that's a big old ugly system. But you know, it never did make its way to us. I was really thinking that we were going to get, quite a bit of, storms later on last night, but it just didn't happen. So, to that I will say, praise the Lord. We are glad to do that. But who all is ready to get your morning started? Everybody ready? Got your coffee going? Everybody's got your Bible? Everybody... There we go. It is time to start the day. It is time to go ahead and let's fire up these roosters. Let's get them going. Let's get the coffee started. I mean, come on. We know what we got to do. We got to get in here and we got to we just got to plow through, right? But this phone is down. It has been an amazing phone. I mean, I have a phenomenal phone. I use it, all the time. It is a huge ministry tool for me. Huge ministry tool for me. And guys, my only worry was that I was going to lose photographs because I have hundreds of photographs of my family, and that would have crushed me. But we were able to work things out yesterday so that I'm not going to lose any photographs. Now, I may lose some phone contacts, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. And I can always load apps back on my phone. But I'll have a brand new one tomorrow. So as soon as it gets here, I got to run back to the store and Wynn, and they're going to help me get everything set back up. And I will be driving a brand new Cadillac tomorrow with my brand new telephone, and it's going to be just like this one. So, and it is a good earn. That's all I'm going to say about that. So the Lord blessed me and Miss Denise several months ago. Matter of fact, probably been a couple of years now, right, Denise? And we got brand new phones, and I mean, these are amazing. I love it. I have my phone is a Note 10 Plus 5G from Samsung, and I love it. It's Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I mean, it is, it's all that in a big old bag of chips. Boy, I like it. All right, so who all is here? Who all is here? All right. I'm actually looking on the laptop, and it does look like we're able to get a full screen shot, so that's good. Praise God for that. Let's see here. There is Brian. Good morning, Brian. There is Pam Jones. Good morning. There's Tommy and Arlene. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, guys, go ahead and tag some folks. Let's wake them up. Let's get them in here. Let's get them in here. Let's get this morning kick-started. Guys, how was your church yesterday? Or if you were able to watch online and you watched multiple services, how was your church services yesterday? Yesterday turned out to be a monster day for me. Had a great day at the campus on Ridgewood campus yesterday. And then, like I said, I had dropped my phone. I had to fumble around with that thing. We were blessed to be able to get the service broadcasted to all God's glory. And then run to win, came back and mowed the yard. I wanted to get the yard mowed before all the storms came in today that we are projected to get. And then we watched the 3 or 4 services that we typically do each week. We were able to watch them last night. So it was just good. The last thing we had last night was, our church services. We got several folks of ours that are in ministry we've known for years, and enjoy to watch that, and then enjoy to watch some incredible worship time. I love worship bands, and so we found several across the country that we like to watch. So those are always good. Good morning, Judy Farrell. I see you sneaking in. Like I say, folks, I can't see the icons, and so if you don't tell me you're here, I won't know that you're in hanging out with me on the chat this morning. So you got to do that. Brian says, I missed church yesterday, was busy with my family. Well, Brian, praise God, there's always the internet and recorded service. So you can always go right back and get that done. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's get this thing shared. We got a lot of things going on. We want to get started. With me not having a phone, I am going to be limited. I can receive phone calls. I can receive text. Me making a phone call is going to be iffy, very iffy. Me returning a text is probably going to be very, very iffy. And so if I don't return a call or I don't do anything, don't think nothing, okay? It's just this crazy phone. Reach out to me via Facebook Messenger. Reach out to me via email, okay? Via email, ridgewoodpastor@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me if you just want to know that. But I'll be back up and running tomorrow afternoon, so hopefully Wednesday morning when we get back in here on the chat, we will be able to get in and get her done. All right, hey, let's see. Our morning daily Bible verses. We are continuing in our theme of moments of worship, coming again out of the book of Psalms. We are in Psalm 34. Let's see. Psalm 34 verse 3. Great. We've actually already kind of looked at this. Okay, this is written by King David, and this was written again. We've looked at this earlier on in our study in 1st, 2nd Samuel when he pretended to be mad. Okay, in front of Abimelech. So this was already something we've already looked at, but it's always good to come back and refresh ourselves. This is Psalm 34:3. David writes this: "Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together." Praise the Lord for some incredible verses like that get us kick-started. All right, let's see what we got going on today. Going on around the country today. First and foremost is the storms. There were multiple tornadoes in Oklahoma overnight, so I don't know what kind of damage. I just saw the headlines. So if y'all see it, y'all know it. Y'all are ahead of me. But we are projected to get some pretty severe storms here in the Delta today. I know the wind has been off and on kind of nuts over here in South Forest City. But Denise and I have been watching it most of the morning. It definitely looks like it could rain. So if you guys get out, you guys definitely have to, you got to be careful. I read this morning, Southwest Airlines. Now, Denise and I, and Tabitha, typically when we fly in the western part of the United States, and we've used Southwest Airlines a lot. I mean, a lot. And they have canceled thousands of flights over the weekend. And they're saying, flight controllers, weather conditions, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. But they canceled another 1,000 flights yesterday. And so, folks, that's ugly. That's going to leave a whole lot of folks stranded, a lot of people left in airports. So I don't know what's going on with them. I read, we've talked a lot here about people just need to go back to work, and I'm going to say that again. People just need to go back to work. They need to get up off the backside and they need to go to work. There's a company in New England, and I missed the name of the company. I was in a hurry. I didn't catch it. But there's a company in New England that is so desperate for people to work. Okay? Now, you ready for this? I need you to hear what I'm about to say. This is facts, okay? They've raised their starting pay for this company to $22 an hour. $22 an hour. And this is not a major whatever, a major company where you got to have like 13 degrees or anything. This is just a company that needs people. And so they are raising their starting pay to $22 an hour. That is unheard of. I've never, where was that at when I was starting to work, back when I was in college? I mean, good Lord. I remember, y'all remember your first job? Do you remember how much you made on your very first job, your very first day? I would love to hear how much you made per hour on your very first job. Go ahead and share that right now. How much did you make on your very first job? I made a whopping $3 and a nickel. $3.05 is what I started. Mary says, where? I need a job. Mary, this thing's up in New England somewhere. It's up on the East Coast. I don't know where it was. If I find that again, I'll post that. But yeah, that was just crazy. I made a whopping $3.05 an hour. How much did you make when you started? Go ahead and tell me out. What was your first job? How much did you make an hour? I'm anxious to hear some of this. $3.05 an hour. Let me see. Mary says $3 today. Chopping cotton. Chopping cotton. I heard that. Speaking of chopping cotton, boy, they are harvesting the cotton in the Delta like nobody's business right now. I mean, let's see. Brian made $3.25 at Walmart during high school. Okay, Tommy made $3 a day, 6 a to 6 p. That's 12 hours a day. Okay, I got you. All right. So who else? Who made what? I mean, the harvest is going crazy. I know. Right out here at the end of our road, big cotton patch. And 3 days ago, I'm not lying, it was in full bloom. I'm sorry, 4 days ago. 4 days ago, it was in full bloom. It was gorgeous. 3 days ago, they harvested every lick of it. Okay? Every lick of it. And they baled it all the same day. They harvested and baled it. Okay? On the third day, they cut the stalks down, and yesterday they picked up all the bales. That's a bare field out here at the end of my road right now, all in 4 days' time. I mean, just slicked it down. And yesterday, as we were out, notice they're beginning to cut beans too. So it is here. Let's see. And Brian says, and something about a paper route. Okay, Larry said 60 cents an hour chopping cotton and chopping beans. Good Lord, Larry. See, but you know what? Hey, that was good money. When we're talking like $3 an hour or something like that, that's good money back then. I mean, Miss Denise, I think Miss Denise made like a nickel an hour because, she was a waitress at the Lord's Supper. I mean, she was back there a long time ago, so she might have made a nickel an hour. So, boy, I got to wait. I hope that woman don't come in this room. Seriously, for real though, that's good money. Larry said that's $7.20 a day. That's right. at $7.20 a day. So, all of that is good stuff. But can you imagine them starting at $22 an hour? Okay, I absolutely got totally derailed here. I got totally derailed. Harvest. What was I talking about? Harvest. Cotton. Cotton's gone. All right, it's all out here. Everything's going on. Everybody's working cotton. But I was going, where was I going? Oh, I know. I had a meeting with Brother Rondell last week. I went to Brother Rondell. And boy, the folks that were in the fields getting the sweet potatoes down there around Fitzgerald Crossing, there were hundreds of people that was in there working those sweet potatoes. And I thought, my Lord, I've never seen that in my life. We've been here now almost 2 years. And I was like there, yeah, pants somewhere. Yeah, I told you. See, missing these. I'm telling you. What woman's got it going on now? That's what I'm saying. And that's what my son-in-law says. I'm going to blame that on Devin. That's Devin's fault. I worked as a waitress, but it's been so long ago, I don't remember what I made. Yeah, most times waitresses don't get paid a whole lot of money. You got to earn it all in tips, and I think that's as bogus as a $3 bill, too. I never was a fan of that. Never was a fan of that. Hey, I got two more things in news that I think is kind of newsworthy, and it's something that we need to understand. We don't get this where we are. Y'all, we are in the deep South. We just get Mr. Denise. I get no love. I love you, baby. I love you. There are things I am going to pay for that like nobody's business. Y'all, I might have to have, y'all may have to come visit me somewhere because she's going to kick me out of the house after this one's over. She's going to let me have it. We don't really get a lot of, craziness. Well, we get craziness, but we don't really get a lot of that far left influence here in the Deep South. I've read this morning, and this no lie at all. A California law has gone into effect. Look at the fringe benefits. That's what I'm talking about, Tommy Allen. That's it. A California law has gone into effect for real. This is California law. A California law has gone into effect that is forcing retailers to have a gender-neutral toy section. You heard me right. It's no longer G.I. Joe and G.I. Jane. It's no longer Ken and Barbie. There now has to be in retailers in the state of California, they have to have a section of toys that are gender neutral. Come quickly, Lord Jesus. And that is the most, that is so evil. That is just pure evil, okay? Pure evil. Now, we can say, oh, well, that's nice, and that's the left, and that's the politics. And we can do all of that, and we can say all of those things. I need you to understand something. This has zero to do with politics. This has everything to do with Satan and his attacks on us. Now, that's what this is, okay? We got to get beyond the thing that this is the Democrats or the Republicans or the left or the right or the independents or whatever, okay? We got to get beyond that garbage. This is a satanic attack on our children. Right here, right now, happening today. And folks, if it starts and it is passed and it has passed, that means we will see it sooner or later coming across the pipe in years to come as this trend migrates east. So this is nothing short of satanic evil. This is an attack, okay? It is Evil. E-V-I-L. Say it out loud. E-V-I-L. It is bad. But I'm going to leave us on a good note today. One of Miss Denise's favorite, I love to pick on my family. I think you already know that. One of Miss Denise's favorite movies in all time. If I were to ask her right now, what would be your favorite movie of all time? Okay? She would tell me that her favorite movie was the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Am I right, Denise? Yep. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but there was a big honking yep come flying down the hall. You know, this is the one with Gene Wilder in it. You know, it was a fabulous movie, well made, great acting. The storyline was stellar. You know, Grandpa Joe, I mean, this was just good, okay? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Miss Denise's favorite movie. Every one of us that's watching this thing right now, we have seen it. We know what we're talking about. We've seen, what was that girl's name that blew up like a blueberry? Denise, you remember her name? What was it, Darla? Veronica. Yeah, it was Veronica, you know, that blew up like the big blueberry, you know, and all that good stuff. Okay. Hollywood is now coming out. Now, and they remade this, by the way. They remade Willy Wonka back several years ago with Johnny Depp, and that was a bust. Okay, that was worthless. Yeah, that's just worthless. But they are making a movie right now, and the movie is called Wonka. And it is a prequel to the original. It gives us the storyline of the young Willy Wonka as to the growing up ages of the boy to get to the Gene Wilder character. It is called Wonka, all about the life of a young Willy Wonka. And I would love to see this. This has got to be good. Because everything in that original, with all the mechanics and all of the chocolate and all of the candy things that they done, was so elaborate. Can you imagine what Hollywood can do to something like that today? I mean, so Wonka is on its way. Wonka coming. Maybe that's going to be something that you want to enjoy. Today, October the 11th. How many of you like pizza? Go ahead. Let's get them up. Let's get my hands up. Okay. Me. I love pizza. Of course, I managed a pizza inn for a number of years. I've got to sneeze. Oh, my goodness. Woo, this is hot. Whew. Oh, there was an earth shake. Okay, here we go. Today is National Sausage Pizza Day. National Sausage Pizza Day. How many of you like sausage on your pizza? As I was saying, I was a manager for Pizza Inn for a long time. Loved the company. Really did. Matter of fact, I was working for Pizza Inn when I finally surrendered to the ministry. I'll never forget that. It was a good time. Loved the company. Loved the job. I just loved the whole thing about it. The atmosphere was fun. The speed was amazing. I love functioning that fast. So it was just good. So good stuff. Pizza don't even go there. And he loves sausage. See, that's what I'm talking about. Sausage. Of course, Miss Elise and I, we don't eat red meat. We don't eat pork. So, we would not eat a sausage pizza. But today is National Sausage Pizza Day. So if you can get out in between storms or windstorms or whatever you want to be, go get yourself a pizza. Go get you a pie, baby. Go get a pie. National Sausage Pizza Day. Hey, real quick, let's talk about announcements that's going on for Ridgewood. And then we're going to head on in and begin a brand new chapter today in 2 Samuel. Lord willing, we're going to be here every morning, again, if the Lord is willing, at 9 o'clock. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, okay, this morning has been a challenge to get this thing online with my phone. So hopefully tomorrow, everything will be a little bit better and we can get it on. And then Wednesday, Lord willing, my new phone should be here. It should be up and running, so everything should be done. And on top of that, Facebook rechanged their whole format for live. And so I'm having to figure that out going blind. I mean, I'm telling you what, I'm just sitting here whining. I ain't nothing but a whiny baby this morning, right? I mean, it is bad. Let's see. You cook the sausage, it turns brown. Yes, it does. That's because it's nasty. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, we're going to do our best. Now tomorrow night, we're scheduled for Dr. Jones and I to be here for our online Sunday school. And I'm just going to be real honest with you, okay? We're going to give it 100% shot. So Larry, I know you're watching. So we're going to give it a good shot, okay? We may or may not be able to pull this thing off, but we will not know until we actually try it. So you guys plan on being with us tomorrow night at 6:30, hanging out with Brother Larry as he wraps up the book of Philippians. Okay? This has been a good study, especially since it was kind of a chaser with me teaching through Philippians on Wednesday night. This has been really, really good. So that is all going on. Wednesday night, guys, we're starting something brand new on campus. I finished Philippians. Of course, last week I took Wednesday off. We're beginning a brand new series that I'm currently working through, and I am probably as much excited about this new teaching series as I have been anything in a long time. And we're going to call the series "The Rise and Fall of Ephesus." Now, we're not talking about diving into the book of Ephesians, although we're going to be in there occasionally to take a look at it. But there's so much going on in the city of Ephesus that was around and involved the church in Ephesus that we really sometimes miss. As I shared yesterday in service, there's a lot of connect the dots in Scripture, and there's several connect the dot situations. And there is a big system to connect the dots with that center around the city of Ephesus. Denise just said 6:30. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Thank you, Denise. 7 o'clock tomorrow night with Dr. Jones. 7 o'clock. Whew, not enough coffee. Thank you. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Anyway, there's so many things that involve and come out of the city of Ephesus and what took place there, what started it all, what ended it all. And so the series is going to be called The Rise and Fall of Ephesus. This coming Wednesday, we're going to focus specifically on the origins of Ephesus. Okay, the origins of Ephesus is going to be Wednesday night, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, if everything works according to plan, we will not be broadcasting it live, okay? We will not be broadcasting the Wednesday night service, okay? We're going to be doing something new. I want to have a little bit more freedom with this. I want to be able to get up. My plan is to record it so that I can kind of work in some teaching aspects if I possibly can, and edit it and then upload that product, a few days later. But as of right now, we will not be broadcasting on Wednesday night. So if you want to be a part of this, you really need to make plans to be on campus. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to be here because God is already, like I said, we're connecting the dots. And I'm like, you got to be joking me. And so I'm beginning to see some things that is coming out of this city. And so I need you to understand that. I want you to be there. It's important. It's good stuff. And so the Rise and Fall of Ephesus, that series begins Wednesday night. It will not be broadcast. Now, if there is a late minute or last minute change, I will let you know. But as of right now, it is not going to be recorded. We will be, that's Wednesday night. That starts at 6:30 on the Ridgewood campus. Tomorrow night, and I'm going to clear this up, okay? Dr. Jones and me is at 7. We at 7. Okay? We at 7. Like I said, that sneeze has shook me up and I have not had near enough coffee. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this bad boy down and get my another one. That's how you drink coffee. All right. Round 2. Going on. That's what I'm talking about. But like I said, I cannot stress to you how excited I am about this new series on Wednesday night. As a matter of fact, I think it was Larry I was telling yesterday. I really had problems in my mind yesterday trying to make sure I stayed tunnel visioned on Sunday's message and not wade off into it, because there's just so much good stuff. You're going to be blown away when you start to see things that are coming together and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag anymore. Join me on campus Wednesday night, 6:30, for the beginning of the rise and fall of Ephesus. And in this week specifically, the origins of Ephesus. There. I said it. I'm clear. Everybody good? Y'all good? Everybody say I'm good. All right. 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel. We are headed over to chapter 13. We are back in Jerusalem. When we ended on Friday, David had gone out. He had took the rest of the warriors, the soldiers of Israel. He had gone out and he had joined Joab, and they put a hiatus to Rabbah and to all of the Ammonites and stopped all that foolishness. And so they have been captured. Everybody's back at work. They've put the Ammonites to work. They've pilfered and plundered all the cities and got all the goods and all that good stuff. You remember David took the king's crown. So all of that is now, it's there. It's all taking place. So now then we're returning to Jerusalem, and this is where chapter 13 takes place. Now we're going to begin to see the consequences of David from what happened in chapter 11 and 12 begin to come to fruition. Because now the trouble in David's household is about to explode. I mean, it's about to get ugly. This is a very ugly chapter, okay? It really is, in the life of King David. Let's understand, and I want to go over this just real briefly so that we're all on the same page. We need to remember, David has a problem with women. He cannot settle for just one woman. He totally disagreed, walked away from God's design of one man and one woman in marriage. And he has multiple wives. We saw his issue with Bathsheba, how lust overcame him, how he had her brought to him. You know, they went and his messengers took her, brought her back over. He raped her. She gets pregnant. He has her husband killed. He now takes her as a wife. So to be real honest with you, we've kind of lost count as to how many wives David has. But if you remember back several weeks ago, we were already beginning to see that there were a large amount of children being born to King David, which means he has children by many wives, which also mean that there's a lot of half-brothers and half-sisters in play here, all right? So I need us to understand this, that in the palace, there's David, there's several women that are his wives, and each of these women have children by David. They are all David's children, but they are together. They are half-brothers and half-sisters. And so we have to have that as a clear picture before we move forward. If not, this is going to get very muddy. So let's understand the relationships that's going on. So as we begin now in chapter 13, David, Joab, all the mighty men, all of the Israeli army, they're now back in Jerusalem. Everybody's doing their thing. David is not at war with any other country. Everything is on about their business. And so now then we take our cameras and we go right inside to the palace. And we're going to begin to look and we're going to see the unraveling of King David's family. So we're going to pick up at verse 1. And we're going to read about 5 verses today as we break this down. So just stay with me. Like I said, I don't want it to get muddy, but you have to understand there are brothers and sisters that are half brothers and sisters. Okay, so let's understand that. All right, verse 1, chapter 13. After this, Absalom, the son of David, had a lovely sister. Okay, this means that Absalom has a sister that is a true sister. Okay, that means that he and his sister have the same mama and daddy. All right, you with me? Okay. After this, Absalom, the son of David, had a lovely sister whose name was Tamar. So Absalom and Tamar are true blood brothers and sisters. Okay, got it? Everybody say got it. Got it. Here we go. And Amnon, the son of David, loved her. Okay, so this is a half-brother now to Absalom and Tamar. This is a son by another woman. All right. And Amnon was so distressed over his sister Tamar that he became sick, for she was a virgin, and it was improper for Amnon to do anything to her. Okay, we got a situation going on in the palace. We've got boys and girls going on from different mamas and the same daddy, and hormones are going nuts in this place. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is about to get squirrely here, okay? Now, Absalom and his sister Tamar, okay, they are the children, and this is just kind of historic, and if you're taking notes, this will be good for you. They are the children of David through his wife, Maacah, M-A-A-C-A-H, Maacah, and she was the daughter of Talmai, who was the king of Geshur. Now, we saw that back in 2 Samuel chapter 3, okay? So now we've been able to identify that David and Maacah have at least these two kids. It's Absalom and they have Tamar. All right, now then we have Amnon. All right, Amnon, all right, he is David's firstborn son. So Amnon is now the oldest of all of the kids. All right, he was born, now this goes back to David's first wife. He was born from the wife of Ahinoam, the Jezreelitess, and we see this back in 2 Samuel chapter 3. Okay, so you've got Amnon, who is the oldest son of David, which now tells us something else about him. Anybody know what that means? Can you tell me what this means? We now know who Amnon is. We now know his role and his position. Okay, Amnon was the crown prince. He was the oldest son of the king. So that means that if something were to happen to David, then Amnon would be next in line to the throne. Now, we really don't know how old these people are. We know they're, we want to say in their 20s. We don't know. We just know they're not little boys and girls, okay? So you've got Absalom. his sister Tamar. And also in the house, you've now got Amnon, who happens to be the oldest, who happens to be the crown prince, which means he gets special privileges. Y'all with me on this? Okay. Amnon gets special privileges. He's the crown prince. That's just the way the monarchy works. So he now is kind of, now he is just head over heels in love. I mean, he is lovesick over his half-sister, Tamar. I mean, he watches her day and night. Oh yeah. I mean, he is gone. He's out there. Have you ever seen kids that were just so love struck and with puppy love or whatever the case may be, that they were just as sick as a horse, and maybe they wouldn't go talk to the girl or go talk to the guy, and they couldn't eat, they couldn't sleep, it made themselves sick. Maybe you were that way when you were a teenager. I don't know. Maybe your kids were. Maybe you got a grandkid that does this. I hope and pray my grandson never gets this way. But he was so into this girl, knowing that he couldn't do anything about it because this was his half sister. And you see, the thing is that what made it more really, really special here is that, and Scripture just told us this, okay? She was a virgin, which means that she had not, she hadn't been with any man. She was not betrothed to anybody, okay? So she was as available as anything. She was available for marriage and all of this stuff, okay? I mean, she was ripe for the picking. And old boy Amnon had the hots for her. Now, he called it love. Now, we're going to see a little bit later on that it really wasn't love. Now, I want to look real quick, and I want to look at what their names mean, okay? Their names mean something that doesn't match who they really were, okay? Tamar means palm tree, which signifies fruitfulness, okay? Didn't match at all. Absalom means his father's peace. And if you've studied anything at all about the life of David and his son Absalom, you know for a fact he was anything but peace to his father. And then Amnon meant faithful and stable. And old boy was far from faithful, and he sure enough wasn't stable. So these names did not match. Okay, so you've got this now entire situation going on inside the palace. There might have been more issues like this going on. We don't know. But this is where we're at. And this is only the beginning of David's troubles, by the way, just so that you know. Let's pick up now. We're going to go to verse 3, okay? Verse 3. But Amnon had a friend. Oh boy, here we go, Hal. He got a wingman. Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shemiah, David's brother. So let's just clear this up. This is a cousin, all right? If Amnon has a friend and it's his dad's brother's son, that's your cousin, okay? That's his first cousin, by the way, too. So let's get this roll right here. These are two cousins here. They're all in Jerusalem. Amnon and him must have been kind of buddies. Okay, we don't know why. We don't know what drew them together. We just know that we're now introduced to a cousin. Look at the next line. Now, Jonadab was a very crafty man. It's an interesting line, isn't it? That's a very interesting line. That tells us a whole lot about that man and about what his past has been, and it doesn't appear to be good. And so we've got Amnon, who's got his cousin, all right? He's got his cousin Jonadab. And Jonadab says to him, and we're in verse 4, he says to him, why are you, the king's son, becoming thinner day after day? In other words, bro, why are you losing weight? What's up? I mean, are you drinking Slim Fast? Or are you on Weight Watchers? What's the deal? Okay? You are not right. Something's wrong here, okay? Why are you losing weight? All right? And that's a valid statement. I mean, you ever seen somebody that they begin to look kind of sickly? Maybe they lose a little weight and you're concerned and you want to say something. So there's nothing wrong with that statement. Nothing wrong at all with that. So he says, why are you becoming thinner day after day? Will you not tell me? Well, the truth comes out. Amnon said to him, I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. In other words, I got the hots from a half-sister that's going on in there. Well, snap. Okay. Now, somebody wise would have said, you need to get your head screwed on straight, okay? Because you don't need to do anything at all to mess with any of that, all right? Look at verse 5. So Jonadab, remember, is a crafty fella. So Jonadab said to him, he's got a plan. Check out the plan. Lie down on your bed and pretend to be ill. Oh, here we go. Lie down on your bed, pretend to be ill. And when your father comes to see you, say to him, in other words, when Daddy David, the king, comes to check on you, the crown prince, you say to him, please let my sister Tamar come and give me food and prepare the food in my sight, that I may see it and eat from her hand. Boy, if that is not about as sappy, I don't know what is. And that's about as sick as it possibly can be. That's a setup. That's exactly what this is. Now, you have got Jonadab, who is his cousin, who's a crafty man. And now what he has just done is he has given Amnon a plan, a brainstorming idea, and in all honesty, this is very wicked advice, okay, that is going to begin a very dangerous chain of events, okay? This advice is going to trigger a domino effect in David's family. And it is not good. Okay, it is not going to be good. He says he loves Tamar. He says he loves Tamar. As we develop this and as we continue in this chapter, we're going to find out real quick it's not love. Okay, it is not love, which really gives us a glimpse of David and Bathsheba. We're going to see this real quick. In a couple of days, we're going to be able to see a mirror image, okay, of what David did to Bathsheba as to what Amnon is going to do to Tamar. I mean, it's almost identical to the same thing. But he did not love her. He lusted after her. He wanted her in bed. That's what this was. He had the hots for her. He wanted to have sex with her. And yet he called it love. That was all it was. And you know something? He's not the first to do this. I mean, like I said, his daddy did it. And we see it all the time. I mean, we got kids that's got hots for each other that's out here. We got grown men that's hot for women and women that's hot for men. That they're not in love. They're not in love at all. They're just in lust. And all they want to do is get physical with people. And you know it as well as I know it. And so this goes right back here into this biblical text. And it says, this is who it is. I need to identify, this is my brother's sister, okay? And I'm trying to respect this. I need to get this. And so because it's in this kind of a lust situation, he didn't allow himself to even call it his sister. He was as bad as his dad. Yes, Arlene, you're exactly right. He was as bad as his dad. But now he's let the cat out of the bag, though, didn't he? You see, David didn't tell anybody. He just had his messengers go fetch her and bring her back over here to him. And David did his deed to her, to Bathsheba. Now then, you've got Amnon going, whoa, check this out. I got the hots for old girl in there. Now the secret's out. The secret is out. And so lust is beginning to twist things around. And lust will do that in our mind. And I'm not talking about just lust for sex. Lust for money, lust for power, lust for prestige or position, any of these things. Lust will twist your brain in ways that you can't even imagine, and you will attempt to justify your actions in an attempt to satisfy that lust. That's why we've always got to be on guard. We've always got to be watching this. And so here's Jonadab's brilliant yet evil plan. Pretend to be sick. Tell your dad you need your sister to come in and prepare the food. Oh, but do it in front of you. And let her feed you right from her hand. Right there. And then he didn't have to say it. But it's implied. Oh, and then you can take her. You can force yourself on her. You can rape her. Right there. Yeah. Just because the kings and leaders do this does not make it right. Mary, you're right. That's exactly right. It doesn't make it right at all. And the thing is it's not just because it's kings or leaders. This happens every day. This goes on in our world, on a daily basis. We hear massive statistics of sexual assault in our country. And the authorities tell us that we only scratch the tip of the iceberg, that the actual number of true sexual assaults would blow our minds. It's just that people won't report it. So this has been going on for hundreds of years. And so the kings and the people in the leadership roles are not they're not excused from it. They're not excluded. They're also involved in it. Now, let's just be real here, okay? Jonadab did not come right out and say, this is what you do. But it was implied. They both had the same idea. You can see that kind of wink, wink from Jonadab going, look, you do this and you can, you know what I'm saying? Hey. So this was all going on. You see, the thing is that because she was his half-sister, okay? Now, there's a lot of discrepancies here. But because she was a half-sister, okay? If King David had approved this, that could have been a legal marriage. Now, I don't agree with that, but this is not about me, okay? But the king would have had to have proved it. It was permissible in Israel, okay? It is confirmed if David, the king, had approved the request. But he didn't do it. What I mean is Amnon didn't approach the king. He didn't say, David, Dad, I am in love with my half-sister. Which again tells us that this is not love. This is just y'all, I've got it hot for her. This was all about pure animal instincts. This was not about wanting to be with her for a long-term situation at all. This was satisfying a need. And that's where we get caught up in lust. We think that, we think that lust satisfies those needs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but it just doesn't. And that's what we have to be very, very careful for, is when we think something satisfies our soul, when what really satisfies our soul is Jesus. Tomorrow, the plan unfolds, and we're going to see the results. Don't miss tomorrow as we pick up in verse number 6. Guys, thanks so much for joining me this morning. It has been a pleasure to come in here and to hang out with you this morning on this wild and windy. I mean, the leaves in my yard look like little micro tornadoes that's going on out here. If you do happen to get out today, I want you to please be careful, because like I said, it is windy. You're going to need to be safe. We do think storms are coming. I don't know when, but it's probably going to be coming. Get ready to join me first thing in the morning, Lord willing, at 9 o'clock as we continue this story of Amnon and his hots for tomorrow. And in the meantime, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Dr. Jones and I will be right here for online Sunday school. And please make plans to join us Wednesday night on campus for the rise and fall of Ephesus. I'm out of here, guys. Love y'all tons. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.